This is the Action Movie Guys podcast, bringing you action movie reviews from across the decades, plus box office numbers and insight like never before. And now, your hosts of the Action Movie Guys podcast, Alex and Nate.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of the Action Movie Guys podcast, episode 267. We are continuing the Pirates of the Caribbean watch through. We are to the second film, Dead Man's Chest from 2006. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
All right, Nate, how long has it been since you've seen Dead Man's Chest?
Quick funny story with when I did see this for the first time. It's been forever. When I was watching it, I didn't even remember a lot of the storyline. I remembered things about it, moments. I didn't remember the whole movie. So it's been forever. And I saw this, I'll never forget, I saw this in the theater in 2006 with a double feature, Superman Returns, Brandon Routh one. I went to that movie first, and then me and my sister snuck into Pirates, and it was packed like all the way, and we were sweating. We're like, they're gonna know we snuck in here because it's sold out, and there's gonna be two people who don't have ticket, who can't find a seat, but luckily, I guess there was just enough seats and nobody ever came to get us. But we were like probably sweating, like so scared. They would have known it was us, but nobody came to get us. So I saw it in a double feature with one stolen movie.
Yeah, this movie, I saw it with Angelina's mom and dad. Oh, so it was us four, and we went to see it in a theater. And I forgot where we saw. I think somewhere in Manhattan, but it was like a big theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap.
I saw this in like
and
a 400 plus seat theater.
Yeah, it was big.
Yeah.
It was big. And I was just like, wow. I was like, all right. And I think that was like the first time I experienced like high definition sound and everything.
You went to like IMAX
because I used to go to a theater. It wasn't like IMAX and Dolby Cinema sound. It was just a normal theater to everybody. To me.
I didn't go to an IMAX movie till 2008. But let me ask you, so how long has it been? I'm thinking about it now. I think this is only my third time ever seeing it. And I think my second time was when it came out like on DVD.
The second time I seen it was on Blu-ray.
Okay.
When it officially came out on Blu-ray. Okay. I saw it one time in the theater and then on the Blu-ray release.
So it's both a third time for both of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was saying quotes to the movie, and that was more for World Ends, Calypso and everything. So I was like, okay, I was way off in this movie when I was watching it on sound bites. So anyway, yeah, so it's been ages for us. So what did the audience and the critics have to say about this movie?
Well, well, yes and no. It took a big tumble with critics. I don't know. The first one was in the 80s, if I remember correctly. This one is at 53% critic score. So a big tumble there. Audience score, a smaller tumble, 72%. So still mostly liked, and I remember also when this came out, it set the opening weekend box office record at the time. It was $1 billion movie, 2006, and it was actually, to that point, the fastest movie to reach $1 billion worldwide, and it was like 60-something days, which now they hit $1 billion in like a month sometimes. Yeah. So but this was a massive hit, is the point, but critics didn't love it.
Well, that's kind of interesting, right? Yeah. I mean, well, I can
53,
see it.
I mean, half of them liked it.
Yeah, well, look, I'll just give you a quick, because we did say we're going to do box office numbers for this franchise only. The box office domestic was 423 million, 642 million international for a worldwide total of 1 billion. Let's just say 1 billion on that with a budget of 225.
And this is $1 billion in 2006 dollars. So inflation, it's probably more. It's probably 1.2 or 1.3 billion.
Yeah, and then opening night, for those of you that are into opening night numbers, that three-day weekend was 135 million. That's pretty high.
Record at the time. It was the biggest opening weekend in history.
That's pretty high.
For Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, it's a big success. They're riding on the roller coaster. Let's see what we think now rewatching this film. Yeah. All right, Nate, take it away. Jack Sparrow again. Now, this is more ensemble than Jack Sparrow, but lead character Johnny Depp.
You know what? That's a good point. You're right. Honestly, I think he was better in the first movie. I was surprised. I thought he was going to be the same. I thought I was going to give him the same exact score, and I didn't. I actually give him a 4. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not. But I don't know. Maybe you'll totally disagree with me. I have no idea. But I just feel like he was toned down in this movie from the first movie. The humor was toned down. He wasn't as unpredictable in this movie. You know, the first one, you never knew. You didn't know if he was good. You didn't know if he was bad. You didn't know if he was going to trust somebody. You didn't know if he was going to betray somebody. And I think that that's what made him so memorable. In this one, the performance by Depp is the same. Like, he still acts the same as far as the mannerisms and everything. But the character is more like, he's like scared the whole time, you know? He's like just scared of Davy Jones. He gets the black mark. He's like, he just felt different to me. He didn't feel as like such a confident character. He was always like being a little bit chickeny. And then he did have his moments. Like I love at the end when he comes back on the boat, you know, when you think he's gone and then he steps on the gun. And that was a great moment. But it happens like 2 hours into this movie where most of the time he's been kind of like chickeny to me. So I didn't love that. I wish he was a little more like the first movie. I would have given him a 5. I gave him a 4.
You know, it's funny because watching this film, I do agree with you. It's something was off with this Jack Sparrow. He had his moments that were funny, and I guess it falls under storyline for me. Why certain things did not work for me with the character. But when it came for Jack Sparrow, yeah, I do. And don't get me wrong, when they showed him in the beginning coming off the coffin, I had a smirk in my face because it was funny.
Yeah,
like when he had the gun and you saw the gun pointing, because
destroys the bird.
Yeah, he shot the bird out the tombstone, and then he goes, "All right, mate," and he goes, sorry, and then he rips the leg off, and then he
rose with the leg. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, he rose with the leg. Like, I think those moments to me is more Jack Sparrow. You're right. Once they introduced the Davy Jones character, and then they introduced Bill Turner, his father. Once they introduced him, Bootstrap, and gave him that curse, that's to me where the character just started to go down. Yeah. But I felt like the hit for the character, and I don't know if you agree with me, is when they gave more screen time to Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann. I feel like the story never became Jack Sparrow anymore. Now it became a full ensemble. Even the guys on the boat had personality and more screen time. Now, I'm not taking away from them because I know we have 3 more movies to go. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of the ensembles, some people are coming back, which we're going to talk about in a few in the storyline. But I do feel like Johnny Depp did get hit somewhere. And I gave him a 4 too. I still think he's an amazing character.
Oh, I mean, and the performance is great.
Said it, yeah, you said it right in the first review when we did Pirates 1. Yeah. That character is going to be iconic forever. And you get to see why in this one. Yeah, 4 across the board. Yeah, we're on the same page on this. Main villain, my man Davy Jones, bro.
Davy Jones.
The Phantom of the Seas.
5. Yeah, 5. He's my favorite. And from what I remember, I think he's my favorite villain of this franchise. Now,
I agree.
I really don't remember part 4 at all, so we'll get there. And I know 3... he's in it, but he's not the main antagonist. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. But from what I remember, this is my guy. I like him better than and Barbossa was awesome. But Davy Jones, Bill Nighy his voice is great, and he did the motion capture. You could see in his eyes, it kind of looks like him. It's weird.
Yes.
And isn't it weird that like this movie came out in 2006 and it has better effects than some movies that come out now? Like there's moments where obviously they look CGI. But, like, his eyes look more human than a lot of these other movies that do CGI and motion capture now. So, it was uncanny. I thought he was amazing. I love him. He looks awesome. He got an octopus head and, like, a crab hand. Or a lobster hand. And then, like, an octopus human hand. He's the captain of the Flying Dutchman, which essentially, in the movie, he's tasked with, like, ferrying souls from, like, one side to the other side. But he'd be having these people work on the ship for 100 years. Like, he's bad, dude. He's evil. Yeah. And he's just collecting debts. His ship looks sick. It's got that big face on the front. Looks like a barracuda or something. Everything about him I love. I gave him a 5. I love him. And he's flawless to me. Flawless.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going down the line, but they got some good ass ships. I mean, the design for these ships and all these movies are great, but we'll talk about them because
Black Pearl's a piece of crap next to the Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman,
and even Blackbeard's ship is even like. I mean, we'll get to it.
I don't remember. That's part 4.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
But okay, now besides Davy Jones, I mean, I know Davy Jones is.
Oh, you also have the East India Trading Company guy.
You got Coulter Beckett.
He's a douchebag. I give him a 2. He's annoying. I don't really. He sits in an office all day, does nothing. From what I remember, he takes a bigger role in the next one, and I hate his guts.
Oh yeah. I mean, go ahead. Don't talk about him because he is a villain.
So he is a villain. So basically, he is the like head of the East India Trading Company, who is like they're basically trying to control the seas. You know, trade it, all that kind of stuff. It's a power move. He arrests Elizabeth and Will Turner, and basically he'll say he'll pardon them if they get him this compass that Jack Sparrow has. That's the nuts and bolts of it. And of course, there's a lot of millions of twists that happen from that. But for me, he's annoying. I don't like the actor's face, something about it. I mean, I guess that's a good casting because you're supposed to not like him, and I don't. I actually hate him. And you also get the guy returning from part 1, who was the military guy that was trying to catch them, that wanted to marry Elizabeth Swann. He comes back. He's still annoying. So I give that villain aspect like a 2. I don't really like them, but Davy Jones 6. I can't give him a 6.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Beckett, that character, I agree with you. He's weak. He wasn't there the whole time because this is all about Davy Jones. Because they just kept setting him up. And once you got to finally see him, my God, this dude took the screen. And I agree. I gave him a 5. Davy Jones is my favorite. I agree. He's my favorite villain, too, of this entire Pirates. He looks cool. He plays the organs with 20,000 tentacles. Yeah, he's all up in it, bro. That's even like, I don't know, like that one scene of him playing the organ is one of the most badass scenes I think I've seen in like one of these Disney movies. Yeah. It's just so cool. Like he's just in it.
His little face
he's just all up in it. Yeah, he's just like, and I like it. Like it reminded me of Phantom of the Opera. He's just chilling there, like getting all into it. And I was like, okay, that's cool. He is very diabolical, man. When people are gonna die, he's like, do you fear death? And I was like, whoa. Like after smelling your breath, I do, my brother. I do. Like, and his crew was awesome too. I love the dude that looked like a tiger shark. That's my dude.
With the long head.
Yeah, he's my dude. You got other ones too that look creepy, but I love the designs of all of them. You're right, the special effects on all of those characters still hold up. I don't know why the hell the 4K. I don't know if I don't own the 4K. I saw it digitally in 4K, and it looked crazy good in 4K digital. So I don't know what it looks like on disc because I mean, me and you heard how bad the transfer was on the first one. So I don't know what the second one is, but man, I can't wait if they remasters all of them. And they better come in that chest that they have, bro. All 5 movies.
In what is that thing called? It's called the Davy Jones locker is where they send people when they die.
Yeah.
That thing is, I forget what it's called, but yeah, if it come, is that the dead man's chest? Is that what it is?
Dead man's chest. Yeah, the dead man's chest.
They need to come in there. The disc need to come in there.
If it comes in that, and then when you open it, it's in a hard shell heart that glows when you.
That'd be sick.
I'm like, you take my money.
Send them an email. They listen to us about re-releasing it in theaters.
That's true. You never know. You never know. That's true. That would be pretty cool. You open the chest and all the discs are in the heart. Yeah. That would be like, okay.
Well, remember the guy who's on the ship who's like part of the wall, and when he comes out, his brain stays stuck to the wall. This had some scary imagery. If you were like a little kid in 2006, some of this stuff's kind of scary.
I agree with you. There's a lot of sexual innuendos too.
There's a lot of stuff in this. It was very PG-13.
Yeah. And a lot of creepy stuff too. When the Kraken came out and he pulled the guy through the window and you heard. Yeah. I was like, oh, that dude's done. I mean, they ain't show it.
That's
but
the other reason why Davy Jones gets a 5. He has a Kraken that he just sets out and they just destroy ships.
I love that one scene when he's like, the Dutchman is leaving, and he went, ha, 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 and then they like released the Kraken.
Yeah. you know what scene I love too? Sorry, but the scene where they're on the Flying Dutchman and then they're like, we got to go underwater, and it's from that view up top, and then you see it start to go down, and the water's like coming up diagonal, and he's just standing on it. It's such a great shot. And then there's that one guy that's like hanging on to the pole when he goes underwater. It just looks so cool. It's very creative. Very creative.
It's a lot of, I think, and what works with the special effects, I think they took their time. 3 years. It looked like they took their time visually, how we're going to make this work, how we're going to make, because honestly, I think the first 2 movies stunned in special effects. Yeah. I mean, and this took it to the next level because they introduced the Kraken, and that even looked even great in this movie for how old it is. Anyway, 5 across the board. Davy Jones action scenes.
Okay, action scenes. So we gave it its big. For me, that's the biggest praise of this movie is Davy Jones. I'm just gonna let y'all know now. I have some problems with other areas, and we'll get to it here. I don't have a huge problem with the action, but I thought the action in the first one was significantly better. This is a lot of talking. This movie has a lot of plot, okay? And Alex, you hit it on the head. It has a lot of characters, and they all have to talk, and they all have to do stuff, and that takes away from the action. Because this one, there's a big, huge set piece at the end that's awesome, which is when they're on the Black Pearl, and the Flying Dutchman comes up out of the water, and they're gonna shoot the cannons and all that kind of stuff. Like that whole scene, from that point, actually from the scene on the beach to that, Like the last 35 minutes or so, that's where pretty much all the great action is in this movie. You get the sword fight on the spinning wheel, which is super inventive. I love the shots that are from the side, and the camera looks like it's spinning too with the wheel. I think it looks awesome when you're inside the wheel with Johnny Depp, while the other two are fighting on top of the wheel. Like, I thought the wheel scene was great. It adds a little humor. It also is like some good fight choreography. You got the 3-person fight when they're on the beach with Jack Sparrow and the other guy and Will Turner, and they're fighting. I thought that was a lot of fun. And then you have those guys coming on the beach trying to get the chest. And then that all leads to this big fight with the boats and the Kraken. All that's great. Don't get me wrong. I think it's fantastic. But before that, there's not a lot of action. You'll get like the Kraken takes a boat under really fast.
Yeah.
And then it destroys one other boat a little slower. And other than that, it's not action. So I gave it a 4 because I think the finale scene is great. And it's good enough for me to give it a 4. But I wish there was more action throughout. I would have gave it a 5 again.
We're there because I was like, okay, because I halfway through the movie, I'm going, this has no action. It's just straight yapping. Like, yeah. I mean, there's some, but like you said, but for me, the third act on, once Davy Jones went and it was over, it was pretty much once they showed them all. And you're right, I just felt like the whole sword thing, I felt like it was too long for me. Like, I mean, it looked, you're right, it was creative. They were all fighting. It felt very old school pirate movie when all the sword fighting and everything. They just took it to the next level with them moving around. Yeah. I thought it was all cool, but I felt like that scene was kind of a little bit long for me. Nothing wrong with it. I just felt like it was long. I felt like the tribe scene of them escaping, I thought that was really creative too. And I felt like it was very lengthy. Yeah. I guess that's the best way to say it. It was very lengthy for me also. So I gave it a 4. I thought it was great. I thought you're right. It needed way more action.
That was very Indiana Jones, that part with the bridge, the guy on the bridge, and they're climbing the mountain and all that.
Yeah, I agree. I gave it a 4 also on that. All right, storyline. All
right, so far we're on the same page. Maybe this is where we deviate. I don't know, but you know what? I got issues with the storyline too, my friend, because this movie is 2.5 hours, and there is no reason for this movie to be 2.5 hours. There's I would say there's a great 2-hour movie within this movie. But everything is just so drawn out. And there is too many characters that get too much time. Give me Jack. I'm cool with Elizabeth and Will because they were there. You could flesh them out a little more, sure. But like, we're getting too much with that other guy. Like, once I saw they brought that guy back, I forgot about that whole part. I'm like, oh, here we go. He gets more storyline than he needs. I'm sick of him already. The other they have the double villain, right? Davy Jones was enough. Let's be honest. Davy Jones was enough. And then on top of that, like the way they get Will and Elizabeth back with Jack Sparrow, it felt very forced. Like, I feel like the writers were like, we need to figure out a way to, and I think I know the problem. I'm going to say it in a second. We need to figure out a way to like get these two to have to go back to Jack, but then it takes them so long to get to him. Like, she got to go on this other boat and pretend she's a dude, and then go to Tortuga and pretend she's a dude. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too much. And you know what I think the problem was? This movie and the next movie were filmed back to back. And I think the writers had a plan for like this 2-movie thing, and this movie, even the way it ends, it doesn't really end. You know what I mean? Like, we watched the first one, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Perfect. You could do a sequel, but it ends. This one, it just leaves you with a cliffhanger, pretty much. So it feels like a part 1 of a story arc rather than a full story arc. And for it not being complete and being so long, I gave it a 3. I don't think it's a super strong story. I think the kernel at the middle is good. Like, I love the Davy Jones stuff, but it's all the other stuff. It just feels extra for the sake of, we knew we have this next movie coming up and this is all going to tie into it, if that makes sense.
No, I kind of agree. If you look at my notes, I think you've been looking at my notes because the storyline was kind of, for me, it was like 8 storylines in this damn movie. And I felt like I did not know which way to go. Like, you had Jack. I was like, okay, great. And you're right. Then they went from the beginning of the movie. It started off like November Rain from Guns N' Roses, like a wedding getting destroyed in the rain.
That's right. That's right. I forgot.
Then, like, from there, you see that villain come up. Then they're getting arrested with warrants. Then they needed Jack's compass. Then there was like, it was way too many plots on top of that. It was like, we need a compass because if you get a compass, then I'll let her go. And then she breaks out, I don't know how, but she gets him to sign immunity papers. So then she breaks out to go to Tortuga on another ship. Then Will Turner doesn't know that. So he's with Jack. Jack turns on him, goes to Davy Jones. He goes, I need a key. If you get the key, you get the compass. It's like, what is going on? And then come to find out the other bad guy wants to get the compass to get the heart. So I was like, it was way too many storylines. And you're right, 2 hours and 5 minutes felt like this movie was a 4-hour movie. Because I was like, man, is this movie ever going to end? Like, I got to the point that I started to ask that. Like, literally. I did not mind. I think, to be honest with you, the whole scene of him getting into the tribe, tiki, bo,
pointless.
licky.
It was pointless.
That was the worst part of this whole movie. To be honest with you, it was really bad. And if you would have cut all that ball licky crap out, I think the movie would have been better. It would have flowed somehow. You're right. It felt like they did not know how to get these characters together. And even when they got these characters together, it's like they all had morals to trade on each other.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to bang Jack because you saw it on the compass. She was like, whatever you want, the compass is whatever you want. It shows it. Yeah, she kept harping on Jack. Then she's telling Jack, and she's like flirting with him, getting all up on his grill. And then at the end, she turns on him.
Which pissed me off, by the way.
Yeah,
okay, we're on the same page.
Off.
All right, we're on the same page then. I hated that part.
Trust me, I got to the point that I was like, this part, whoever wrote it, it did not make sense. Because she cheats on Will. She makes out with him. He sees it for a millisecond. He doesn't say nothing because he thinks she's going to bring it up, which she's not going to bring it up. Then all of a sudden she gets on a boat and she says, oh, he says to go. Everyone in that boat knows Jack Sparrow would not stay on the boat for everyone to see. So, I didn't like that scene. It annoyed me. It got me really mad. And I hated Christine Knightley even more after this movie, to be really honest with you.
I hated that part. I forgot that happened. And when it happened, I got pissed off. And then at the end, she wants to act like she wants to go save him now. Well, now you want to go save him. You're the one who stuck him on the freaking boat, tied him to it. It's your fault.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing that annoyed me. And again, that is not lazy writing, but it was stupid writing, right? Yeah. Because you introduced the whole, we got to get Jack again. And I'm like, wait, the movie is ending. Now you're going to tell the audience, okay, there's another part. But you could have did it in another way instead of going, do you want to go to the end of the earth to get him? Like, the dude just died 2 seconds ago. Everyone's going, yeah, woo. I couldn't. I thought the last 5 minutes, I love the Captain Bones.
I like when he comes out.
And
he bites the apple.
I love that. Yeah. I thought that was cool. I just felt like that whole 5 minutes was them to reassure the audience that Captain Jack is not dead.
Yeah.
You could have did it in the first, and you could have did it in this could have been the whole 5 minutes of at World's End. And I would have been like, oh, hell
they
yeah,
really
we're going to get my man Jack.
They really should have left it as a mystery rather than totally telling you he's coming back.
Exactly. They should have walked into Naomi Harris's hut.
Yep.
And she would have been like, we got this captain to whatever. And then he comes out. You could have did something. And then everyone's mourning Jack. And then it just ends. And
they could have said that they need to go find the heart or kill Davy Jones or anything but you want to go get Jack? And we know where he is. He's in the...
Yeah.
I agree with you. It just made me mad.
And even worse, because now I'm thinking about it and getting mad. I think this soundtrack sucked. I'm sorry.
Ooh, and this is this one's just Hans Zimmer.
Dude, let me tell you. And I know, and we could have an argument here. I don't care. All the action scenes did not feel epic like the first one. The first one was like bam, 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 bam. This one had none of that. None of that. I mean, Davy Jones's score is awesome.
Yeah.
But the score, throughout the movie, did not feel like a Pirates of the Caribbean that we got from the first movie. It felt very adventure-y. It didn't feel like that pirate score.
I think the first one is more iconic. I think the first score is better. I agree with you.
It is. It's way better. I mean, it is. But anyway.
So what was your
That's
score?
a 3 across the board.
3, okay.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 also. Okay, overall.
I gotta go with a 3. I'm surprised. I thought I liked this movie better than I did when I rewatched it. And that's why I always love doing this podcast. There be these movies that I think I love, and I haven't seen them in 12
Yeah.
years, and then I watch it and I'm like, I didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of good elements. Again, Johnny Depp's performance is great. The villain is great. It is watchable. It's just way too long. And if you think this one is long, the next one is 2 hours and 50 minutes. So it's almost 3 hours, the next one. And I tell you right now, I remember not liking it. I've only seen At World's End one time because I remember, I think I even thought it was too long back then. So we're in for another, this is basically 1 5+ hour movie. And it's like, it just didn't need to be. This one, it's too long. I didn't like the character turn for Elizabeth where she did that thing at the end. I like Will Turner in this one. I think he comes out the best out of everybody, to be honest, because he gets to see his dad. He gets to meet his dad again. He's the most honorable of the three of the main characters in this movie. You know what I mean? He does the stuff. He wants to find his love. He tries to play the game against Davy Jones, to beat him in that little dice game and all that stuff. Like, I thought I liked him better in this movie than in the first one. But overall, I gave it a 3. I think it is good. I think the production values are amazing. I think this movie looks better than the first movie. The effects are great. The cinematography is great. The budget looks like it was higher budget and they used the money correctly because it looks better. But other than that, it's not a better film and it's a step back. So I gave it a 3.
You know what? We are on the same page.
We got a full match?
We got a full match, bro.
Okay.
Full match. I'm on the 3 also. To me, the tiki bo licky licky scenes were not good for me.
That's 20
I did
minutes
not like
they
it at
could've
all. Yes, Elizabeth Swann is annoying as hell in this movie. I hate Will Turner in this movie. I mean, I know you like him.
Oh, I like him.
I know the storyline, he's cool, but he's just annoying as a character. Like, it's like every character in this movie, like every character from Jack to Elizabeth Swann to Will Turner, they all got a trait. Like, they all have this trait like betraying everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no damn sense. Elizabeth, because of me saving you, where she's gonna go to prison. And I like that one scene he said, then you should have not saved me. Like, you would have not been in that scene. Like, I don't know. I just felt like the characters to me, they're gonna start getting annoying. I remember that. Mm-hmm. But they don't come around after 3. I think they're done. Will Turner and Elizabeth.
Turner returns, I think, in 5. But she's done after 3. Yeah.
Yeah, thank God. She's annoying. Oh,
I don't like the way
God,
she talks
Kristen.
either, Keira Knightley. She leaves her mouth open at the end of words and it bothers me. You're going to notice it now. Watch.
Yeah, you bastard. Yes, she does.
Watch in the next movie when she's done saying a word, she keeps her mouth open. She'll be like, you want to go over there. And she won't close it. Watch. You'll see. It's going to bother you. I promise you.
Damn it. But look, anyway, overall, I think it's a solid film. I think it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great in terms
I
of...
think there's great elements.
Yeah, I think it's great. Fun stuff that you go, wow, this is cool. Davy Jones' introduction, anything with him in it is the movie.
Yeah.
Okay? Jack Sparrow doing his stupid stuff is the movie. Mm-hmm. Like when he has the jar of dirt, and he goes, I got a jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. Yeah.
And he's like, guess what's in it?
Yeah.
It's like, it's dirt. But anyway, I think you had some cool elements. Anyway, total points.
19 out of 25. Still
we
good.
both agree.
Yeah, still good. Not a bad movie. Not a terrible score, but just a step back.
Yeah, I agree. I still think the first one is way better in terms of story, action, soundtrack, everything. And
This
I
one
think
it suffered from
more.
sequelitis. You know that thing of where they just take the first movie and then try to make everything bigger, but it doesn't mean it's better. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I kind of agree. And add like 20,000 characters that you really didn't need into the film. So anyway, I kind of agree. I got a 19 also. I think it's a cool, solid film. But there's some drawbacks to it. So, yes. I mean, it is what it is, right? At the end of the day. But it's still a fun adventure at the end. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I could still watch it again because of Davy Jones. It's not like it was that bad. It was a good movie.
Agreed.
All right, Nate. What is coming up next on the podcast? Because I think it's going to be a Hall of Fame worthy of a podcast coming up next.
Next episode, we are wrapping up our Universal Monsters in Action month with the last of them, and this would be Frankenstein's monster in a little movie called I, Frankenstein. So we're going to be doing that, which is a first time watch for you, if I'm correct. It's a second time watch for me. So we're going to be doing that, and then of course next week we continue on to Pirates with Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I'm really going to have to make sure I put this on early in the day because 3 hours. And I got to make sure I stay awake. So those are our next 2 episodes.
Yeah, please, because I know there's one scene he's sniffing peanuts. I remember that.
All I remember from World's End is a scene with him on the beach with a bunch of crabs.
That's the scene.
Oh my God. And
looking
it's
for
like
peanuts.
25 minutes long of these crabs crawling around. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's like a peanuts, whatever the hell it is. But anyway, with that said, guys, if you guys want to follow us on our social media accounts, please follow Nate over Instagram at Netflix Reviews. Check out the podcast with him and his friends called Netflix Movie Reviews. Anything Action Movie Guys, head over to Instagram at Action Movie Guys Podcast, or head over to our official website at www.geeksandflicks.com. That's our main hub. You can find all the podcast episodes there, all the way up to 266 podcasts too. Other than that, merch store is coming. But I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and he is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
Be awesome to each other and geek out.